All right, seventh grade. Well, we are continuing right along here in chapter 10. Today, our focus is going to be on finding surface area of cylinders. In our previous lesson, 10.1, we focused on finding the surface area of prisms, triangular prisms, rectangular prisms, and so forth. So, our focus today is going to be on finding the surface area of the cylinder. And then this says round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. So we look here at number one. Here we have a cylinder. Now a cylinder is like you see sometimes like those silos or like a Pringles can or a can of soup or something like that. That's a cylinder shape where there's two congruent circles and then there's what they call this rounded lateral surface. And the formula for the area of a surface area, well, you know that the formula for the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. So when we have pi times radius squared, that's one circle, but we double that, so that's two circles. Now, plus the lateral surface, 2 times pi times radius times height, that's the whole rounded surface. So if we have this cylinder here, and first of all, I want to focus on this part, 2 times pi times radius squared. Well, I see that the radius is 6, so if I square 6, that gives me 36. So radius squared is 36. And then if I take pi times 36, now pi, remember, is either going to be as a decimal, 3 and 14 hundredths, or as a fraction, it's going to be 22 over 7. Now, I primarily use 3.14. Unless the number I'm dealing with is a multiple of 7, then 22 over 7 works well for the purpose of cross-checking with fractions. But when I square 6 and I get 36, 36 is not a multiple of 7. So I'm going to take 3 and 14 hundredths and multiply that by 36. Okay? Now, 6 times 4 is 24. Put the 4 down, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. Put the 0 down so it all lines up with the 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Put the 2 down, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. I go ahead and add these together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put the 0 down, carry the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 4 is 13. Put the 3 down, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 9 is 11. There are 1, 2 numbers that come after the decimal in the problem. 1, 2 numbers that come after the decimal in my answer. I get 113.04. Now that's just the pi times radius squared. Remember, I need to multiply that by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here. I'll multiply that by 2. Just about enough room. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. There are 1, 2 numbers after the decimal in the problem. 1, 2 numbers decimal in the product. I get 226 and 8 hundredths. Now, lateral surface area, 2 times pi times radius times height. So if I first go radius times height, that's 9 times 6, which is 54. I could then take 54 and multiply that by 2. All right, so if I come down here and go 54 times 2, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10. I can then take 108 and multiply that by pi, which 108 will not work well with 7. So we're going to take 108 and we're going to multiply that by 3 and 14 hundredths. Remember, decimals multiplication, it does not need to be lined up. You just remember the decimal rule at the bottom. at the end. How many ever digits come after the decimal in the problem? That's how many digits need to come after the decimal in the answer. 4 times 8 is 32. Put the 2 down, carry the 3. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. Put the 0 down. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. Put 2 zeros down so they all line up with my 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Put the 4 down. Carry the 2. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. I'm going to go ahead and add all these together. 2, 0, and 0 is 2. 3 plus 8 is 11, plus 0 is still 11. Put the 1 down, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 0 is still 5, plus 4 is 9. Okay, 1 plus 2 is 3. Nothing in 3 is 3. There are 1, 2 numbers that come after the decimal in the problem, so there need to be 1, 2 numbers that come after the decimal in the answer. 339 and 12 hundredths. But then I have to add that to the 226 and 8 hundredths. That was the 2 circles. So now it becomes 200. I'm going to go ahead and erase this just to give us a little more room. 226.08. 226.08 plus 339.12 plus 339.12. 2 plus 8 is 10. Put the 0 down. Carry the 1. 1, 0, and 1. Make 2. Drop the decimal. 6 plus 9, 15. Put the 5 down. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. 565 and 20 hundredths square yards. But then it says round to the nearest tenth if necessary. The fact that that's a 0 means I could just leave this at 565 and 2/10 square yards. The 0 would tell me to round down. All right, let's move along into number 2. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little separation here. Once again, pi times radius, 2 times pi times radius squared. Well, the 6 is a diameter. So remember, diameter, we have to cut that in half. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the radius is 3. If I square the radius, I get 9. If I take 9 times 2, I get 18. So then I can take 3.14 times 18 to figure out the area of both circles. It's combined area. 8 times 4 is 32. Put the 2 down, carry the 3. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 3 is 11. Put the 1 down, carry the 1. 8 times 3 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. Put the 0 down. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. I go ahead and add those together. 2 and 0 is 2. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. There's 1, 2 digits after the decimal in the problem. 1, 2 numbers after the decimal in the answer. 56 and 52 hundredths. Now, let's talk about the lateral surface. Okay? 2 times pi times radius height. Radius times the height. Well, the radius is 3. So I do 3 times 18. Okay? Well, if I come over here and do 18 times 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Put the 4 down, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 2 is 5. I get 54. I can take 54 times 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. I get 108, which means now I have to take 108 times 3.14 because 108 does not work well with 22 over 7. So I go ahead, get that set. I'm going to multiply that. 4 times 8 is 32. Put the 2 down, carry the 3. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. 4 times 1 is 4. Put the 0 down so it all lines up with my 1. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. I put 2 zeros down so it all lines up with my 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Put the 4 down, carry the 2. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. I go ahead and add all these together. 2, 0, and 0 make 2. 3 plus 8 is 11. Plus 0 is still 11. Put the 1 down, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 0 is 5. Plus 4 is 9. 1 plus 2 is 3. Nothing in 3. Make 3. There's 1, 2 numbers after the decimal in the problem. So I need 1, 2 numbers after the decimal in the product, 339.12. But then I need to add the surface, the area of both circles combined, which is 56 and 52 hundredths. When we add, decimals do have to be lined up. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 5 is 6. Drop the decimal. 9 plus 6 is 15. Put the 5 down, carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 5 is 9. Go ahead and put the 3 down. 395 and 64 hundredths. But if I'm going to round to the nearest tenth, the 6 is in the tenths place. The 4 tells me to round down. 5 and less, I round down. So I get 395 and 6 tenths square centimeters. All right, let's move on to the second part of our video, where we're focusing on finding the lateral surface of the area. Now remember, for surface area of a cylinder, its surface area equals 2 times pi radius squared, that's the 2 circles, plus 2 times pi times radius times height, which is the lateral surface. So we're only focused on that part when we talk about finding the lateral surface area of the cylinder. We're only focused on 2 times pi times radius times height. So when I look at this one, radius times height, that would be 3 times 4, that would be 12. Now if I double the 12, 12 times 2, that's 24. That leaves me with 24 times pi. I will use 3.14 for pi, because 24, once again, does not work well with 7. Decimals do not need to be lined up. Quick review. How did I get 24? Well, I have to do radius times height. The radius of the circle is 3 times the height of the cylinder, which is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. I have to multiply that by 2. This was 3 times 4, that's 12, times 2 is 24. Now I'm doing 24 times pi, 3.14. 4 times 4 is 16. Put the 6 down, carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. Put a 0 down, line up with my 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Add those together. 6 and 0 is 6. 5 plus 8 is 13. Put the 3 down, carry the 1. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 1 plus 6 is 7. There are 1, 2 numbers after the decimal in the problem, so I need 1, 2 numbers after the decimal in the answer. 75 and 36 hundredths square centimeters lateral surface area. Okay? It does say in your directions, once again, even though I didn't write it here, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So once again, if the 3 is in the tenths place, the 6 tells me to round up, which would make the 3 a 4. 5 and higher we round up. So we get 75 and 4 tenths square centimeters. All right, last one. 3 times 8, the diameter is 3. So if I cut 3 in half, I get 1.5 or 1.5 because I need the radius. Radius times the height. 1.5 times 8. So I'm going to come over here. 1.5 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. Put the 0 down. Carry the 4. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus the 4 is 12. One digit after the decimal in the problem. So one digit after the decimal in the answer. I get 12.0 or 12. Okay? Interestingly enough, when I do 12 times 2, I get 24. Okay, so now I'm going to have to take 24, because this was the radius, 1.5, times the height, which is 8. That gives me 12. That's what I got here. I take that times 2, I get 24. So now I'm going to do pi 3.14, because 24 does not work well again with 7. So pi times 24. Once again, how did I get 24? The radius is 8. Sorry, the radius was 1.5 because the diameter was 3. Half of 3 is 1.5. I took 1.5 times the height, which was 8. That gave me 12. Then I multiplied that by 2. That gave me 24. Have to multiply that by pi, 3.14. 4 times 4 is 16. Put the 6 down, carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus the 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. Put the 0 down. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 8 is 13. Put the 3 down, carry the 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. 1 plus 6 is 7. There are 1, 2 digits after the decimal in the problem. 1, 2 digits after the decimal in the answer. 75 and 36 hundredths square yards. But once again, rounding to the nearest tenth. The 3 is in the tenths place. So I look at the 6. The 6 tells me to round up, which means make the 3 a 4. 5 and higher we round up. 75 and 4/10 square yards for a lateral surface area. All right, we'll talk to you later, 7th graders. That's surface area of cylinders. Bye.